I'm a firm believer in leggings. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to do a 2017 reflection and a 2018 goals video. This is a collaboration that my friend Christina inspired me to do, so I'm going to join her along with many other amazing teacher YouTubers in sharing my reflections and hopefully inspiring you to kind of reflect on your 2017 and make some goals for yourself for 2018 that you can stick to. So let's get started. So 2017, I have a list because I wanted to get the important parts down of 2017. But in a nutshell, 2017 for me was a year of learning, a year of growing, and rolling with what life throws at you. Between my personal life and life on TPT and life in Instagram and everything else, that really kind of sums it up. There was just so many things that life threw my way, whether it was positive or negative, or we had to handle it with a family or, whatever. It was a lot of learning that took place. And so in this video, I want to be completely transparent, which is always my goal with you, which is why this is what it is today, folks. This is what it is. Let's talk about just specifically like my business and my growing as Meg's Crayons, not so much as like Meg in real life, but like Meg's Crayons. So as Meg's Crayons, I finally took a step and traveled by myself, which is super scary. However, I decided to go to the Teachers Take meetup, which if you have not checked out Teachers Take on Instagram, you definitely need to look at those 4 fabulous ladies. They put on a teacher meetup, and it's not a teacher blogger meetup. It's a teacher meetup, meaning that if you are an educator, you can go attend this. And there are some great edu bloggers there. Megan from Too Cool for Middle School is there. That's how I met her, and we took a picture together, which was super, super awesome. And you just get to connect with so many people that you wouldn't be able to connect with otherwise. But I took a step outside my comfort zone and I traveled to California by myself. And that was terrifying. It was a new place. It was new airport. Just the whole idea of traveling by yourself. There's a lot that goes into traveling. And I love traveling, but it always amps me up. I love it and I hate it. It's a love-hate relationship with traveling. But I went to California, and I got to see the ocean for the second time in my life. Yes, I said the second time in my life. Remember, I am born and raised in Nebraska, and I'm landlocked. So seeing the ocean twice in my life is pretty epic for someone who's grown up landlocked. And honestly, I hope to do it more. I really hope to get to the ocean more often. Goal for 2018, see the ocean again. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Getting really far ahead of ourselves. So I went to California and connected with amazing people and fell in love and want to go back to California for sure. And then I bought a house. So personal life things, I bought a house. That is stressful, and no one tells you how stressful it is. But he's like, oh yeah, buy a house, it'll be great. But nobody tells you how you're gonna have things in boxes for the next 8 months after you move in. So, not only that, it was really nice to buy a house because I finally got the chance to go through all of my things and purge. And I'm really, really, really bad at purging. I'm really, really bad at letting things go as far as physical items, because in my teacher mind, I'm like, oh, I could probably use that for my classroom someday. Or I've been saving that in case this opportunity shows up in my classroom and I don't want to buy it. So I finally had to purge some things that I'd been holding on to for 4 or 5 years, which was good. That's healthy. It's healthy to purge. It's a good thing for you. So I purged and I moved, and I'm in my new office now, and I absolutely love it. And it was definitely an adventure for my marriage, for my husband and I. So it was good. It was good. Definitely helped us communicate more. which is great. Communication in a marriage is always good. So that was another thing. So I went to California. I bought a house. I got Jim the Greyhound. We actually are coming up on a year with my Greyhound. If you don't know, I have 2 dogs. I have one. Kyle is a miniature schnauzer that we've had since we were dating. And then we wanted another dog, and we wanted a bigger dog, and so we rescued a Greyhound. And Greyhounds are super quirky dogs. There's just no other way to put it. They're very unique. They're beautiful to watch run, but they are strange. They are so strange. And if you've watched any of my Instagram stories, yes, Jim has to wear a diaper. Yes, Jim is on doggy anxiety meds. But we love him. So we're coming up on a year of having rescued a Greyhound, which is super exciting. And he's added so much to our lives for sure. And definitely strengthened our sense of humor, I guess, as a way to put it. But if you want to see more of Jim the Greyhound, you're going to see more of him on my Instagram because he's been with us for a year. So I got him in 2017 as well. Oh, 2017! I connected with Christina Costa from Teach Like a Girl, which I never could have imagined connecting with Christina and having the friendship that we do now. So I'm very, very blessed and very, very lucky for that. But she, in a conversation that we had in 2017, really pushed me to revive my YouTube channel and to reach out to you guys and put content on this lovely page of mine that you're on. And I'm not gonna lie, I was terrified. I was absolutely terrified and really unsure that I would be able to do this. But I'm here and I'm doing it, and you're here and I'm loving it. So yeah, it was definitely a step outside my comfort zone though. So and that was really what my 2017 was about, was stepping outside my comfort zone. And I did that in many, many different ways. Some of them failed miserably, and some of them resulted in amazing friendships that I now have. So I think I did a good job. I don't even remember what my word was for 2017. Maybe my word was inspire. I don't know what my word was for 2017. I really have no idea. But I stepped outside my comfort zone a lot and gained a lot from it, whether it be a lesson or whether it be something positive. Living outside my comfort zone, I like, which I wouldn't have been able to say that a year ago. So I think that's a positive thing for sure. Another thing that pushed me outside my comfort zone in 2017 was I did the hashtag Embrace That Body challenge with Christina. And I heard her talking about her own self-image and everything else, and how women struggle with that, especially women in today's society. And there were so many things that I related to, so I reached out to her and I said, hey, let's do something. And that still I get goosebumps. That challenge was so uncomfortable, even for me, as someone who helped create it with Christina. To put yourself out there and be that vulnerable online was something that was so incredibly hard, and yet so incredibly amazing to be able to connect with people like Michelle from Pocketful of Primary, who opened up, and so many, there's so many amazing other people that you can go look at. Embrace That Body. You can go check the hashtag. There are so many amazing stories, and literally there were so many positive connections that came from that. And it came from discomfort, and it came from being uncomfortable. But in 2017, I learned to embrace myself for who I am, for all of my stretch marks and all of my weight fluctuations and tight pants and rolls that I have. And instead of being embarrassed about them, embracing them, because that's me, and this is the skin that I'm in, and I can't make any positive changes until I love where I'm at. And that's still something that I work on every day. But I think it's a really, really good start, and that's kind of where I have started. So that's kind of 2017 in a nutshell. There's a lot more that took place, but those are really the points that I remember, and those are the points that kind of stick with me the most. But let's talk about goals for 2018, shall we? Let's talk about goals for 2018. So for 2018, my word is adventure. And I chose this word because adventure doesn't always mean traveling necessarily. Adventure can be anything. But what I want it to be is me embracing an adventure. Whether it's an opportunity, whether it's a lesson, whether it's a person, whether it's, it is traveling or it's simply a self-reflection. I want to be able to embrace whatever adventure comes my way, and I don't want to let fear control that. There have been many, many times where I have let fear step in and keep me from doing things or embracing what comes my way. And sometimes fear is a good thing, but when you let it control your thoughts and where you're going in life, that doesn't make it good. So I'm putting fear in the backseat and I'm totally embracing 2018 with the word adventure. Again, not necessarily traveling, but whatever comes my way, I'm going to embrace it. And adventures don't always go up. Adventures have hills and valleys, and that's what I want to embrace. I want to go on an adventure and learn and grow from it. That's my whole goal for 2018. So on my little list, here are the things that I want to embrace and have in my adventure for 2018. First thing I want to do is I want to connect with more people. I love connecting with people. I thrive on it. If I'm a very social person, so if I don't have connections or collaboration or just conversation with people, I feel very cut off. And I grow by having those conversations and meeting new people and having connections made beyond the four walls of my house, beyond the four walls of my school building. I want to be outside of this little place in Nebraska, and I want to be connecting with more people, which is why I'm here and it's why I'm on Instagram. But the whole goal is to connect with more people. The next thing I want to focus on is more self-worth and more self-love. I really think in 2017 with the Embrace That Body Challenge, I kind of started this, but old habits die hard, folks, they do. And I would get caught up in that negative self-talk of like, oh, my pants are too tight, or I had to go buy a larger size of pants, or, that whole like, how dare I have to buy a larger set of pants. And this is why I've resulted to wearing leggings, because leggings are just loving and accepting all of the time. And I'm a firm believer in leggings. But I really want to focus on my self-worth and my self-love. And none of that comes from someone else. It all starts with self. It's all internal. So I really want to focus on being positive about my body image. I want to be positive about the process that my body is going through and embracing those changes, whether they're, me gaining a new pound or me, shrinking a lump or something that I have. Whatever way my body goes, I just want to take care of myself, and mentally I want to be in a really positive space about how I look and how I feel. And that ultimately kind of started in 2017, and I just want to keep that going because I love not hating my body. And there are moments, trust me, there are moments like when I go jeans shopping where I absolutely hate my life. However, I've learned to let that go because me holding on to that negativity does absolutely nothing for my waistline. In fact, it makes me want to eat more Chick-fil-A. So, which, Chick-fil-A is good every now and then, but eating it on a regular basis is probably not great for my waistline. But I want to have more self-love and more focus on my self-worth because it all comes from myself. And so many times I've looked to media or people outside of myself to give me those things, and I don't need that. It's all going to come from me. So that's a focus for 2018. Another goal for 2018, I kept it super simple. Drink more water. Drink more water. I went through a really long time of just avoiding drinking water, mainly because I made the excuse of I'm a teacher and I can't pee when I need to, which has some truth to it. However, what happened was I ended up with really bad headaches. I would crave sugary drinks rather than wanting to nourish my body with water. And I would simply dehydrate myself so I wouldn't go to the bathroom during the day. That's not good. So I'm taking on the approach of I'm going to drink more water. If I need to throw some fruit in there to like spice it up for myself, that's totally fine. But drinking more water. And I really want to, like, if I need the carbonation or I need like the bubbles, as I call them, if I'm craving the bubbles, what I really want to do is find like something that is bubbly that is not so unhealthy. I know a lot of people like LaCroix. I personally can't handle it. So I need to find something that works for me, and that's kind of my goal. So my focus is water in whatever way or facet it is, and if it can't be water, then I need to find a healthy solution that doesn't hurt my body or make me feel ill, because that's one thing that I've noticed is when I crave something, I just go for it, and 9 times out of 10 I end up regretting it later because I hurt. Along with drinking more water, I want to do more natural foods. I'm talking like really looking at like salmon or cooking more at home. My husband and I got in this really bad habit of, as we were packing up and moving, we would eat out a lot because we didn't have our pots and pans, we didn't have our silverware, we didn't have any of those things because they were packed up ready to move as we were trying to sell our old house. So we fell into this really bad habit of Chipotle, and not that Chipotle is bad, but it's not great when you're eating it like 3 or 4 times a week. And Chick-fil-A and all these other unhealthy options that just have a lot of unnatural things that go into them. So I really want to focus on nourishing my body with more fruits and vegetables and like whole unprocessed meat. I like meat. I'm not going to get rid of meat, but I live in Nebraska. There's no way on earth that I can work meat out of my life. So I really just want more like organic, more natural, more healthy options for my body. And if I lose weight from that, fantastic. If I gain weight from it, whatever. At least I'm nourishing my body. That's my main goal. So more water, more natural foods, entire goal. Another personal goal for 2018 is to kind of stay away from my phone. I am happy to admit to you that I have an extremely unhealthy obsession with my phone and primarily Instagram. And it is not good. It is not good. I am constantly like mindlessly scrolling through. I'm missing conversation. I've gotten to the point where I will ignore phone calls to continue to scroll through Instagram just because. So I will probably not be on Instagram as much as I have been in the past. But what I'm really trying to work towards is, instead of spending all of my time on Instagram, I really want to focus on educating myself and what's going on in the world. In the past, I've really avoided politics because they just piss me off. I mean, I just don't like it. I don't like the game and the show that goes with it, and I feel like so much of it is insincere. So instead of being frustrated and letting my frustration be my excuse, I'm going to use apps on my phone and take time out of my day to focus on getting news and educated in current events of what's happening in our world. Because I, as a citizen, have not done a good job of that, and that's not helping myself, it's not helping my students, and it's not helping me form opinions. I'm just kind of sitting in this bubble of, I hate politics, I hate politics, I hate politics. So I'm working on bursting that bubble. I've been very comfortable there, but it's time that I step out of that too. So less Instagram, more news and current events, and just more walking away from my phone. I think that I do a really, really poor job of that, whether it's texting or on Instagram, which is my primary two. I really don't ever use my phone for phone calls, like ever. So getting away from that and really making sure that I'm spending time looking up rather than looking down at a phone screen all of the time. is another goal. Last but not least, one of my primary goals of 2018 is to empower my followers. Whether it is for you to step outside your comfort zone and be vulnerable, whether it is to jump into TPT or whatever dream you may have that's holding you back, my whole job is to inspire my followers to be themselves, be true to yourself, and really put yourself out there. Because while there may be things that you fail at or fall down from, I'm sitting here in front of you saying that taking risks and learning from those, whether it's positive or negative, I regret none of them. I regret nothing. I do not regret stepping outside of my comfort zone and connecting with so many people, because while there have been negatives, there are so many more positives than there are negatives. And I would never, ever go back to hiding myself or not being myself. So my last goal for 2018 is to empower my followers, whether it's through a quick conversation with something that you're struggling with, or whether it's a video here that you hear and you want to connect with, or other content that I create in the future. I mean, there's so much that could happen, but that is my goal. So those are my overall goals for 2018. I tried to keep them very broad. I tried to keep them very minimal, because I don't stick to I'm going to work out 5 times a day. No, that's not going to happen. And really, I don't like that goal. So I'm going to stick to goals that I love. I'm going to stick to goals that bring positivity in my life. And that is what's happening. So there you have it. There is my reflection of 2017. There are my goals for 2018. And my word, adventure. And I hope that you can join me on this adventure. And I hope that we can connect face to face someday. That's a really, really big joy of mine that I get from doing these kinds of things. So thank you for watching to this end of the video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Click that bell for notifications. And remember, I love you all dearly. And you can do anything you put your mind to. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. And last but